So, in mindfulness and stoicism and meditation, it's typically suggested that in order to live more and more in the present moment, that you identify, feel, and allow all of your emotions. Love it. It's a great idea. I did it for a long time, and it's only part one. Part one, because most of us have an assumption that we'll just naturally be able to acknowledge, access, feel, and express all of our emotions. But as Hamlet would say, therein lies the rub. That is actually not something that most people can do. We think we can because we can allow certain emotions, but the question becomes, can you allow those other ones? Can you allow the terrifying ones that you buried in your body in childhood in order to survive or in order to get your needs met? For some people, that's primarily anger and rage. For some people, that's primarily hurt and grief. But if you really check the body and earnestly ask, is it okay to acknowledge, access, feel, and express those emotions? It'll tell you no. So, part two is making that no, which is the mechanism of emotional repression, conscious progressively over a period of time. Because if you don't, you will be that no, likely for the rest of your life, which is to say, you will stay in emotional repression indefinitely. In non dual and Eastern philosophy, there's a pointer that says everything arises to awareness. But in KI, we've actually found that that's not true. In fact, much of the emotional repression programming in the body is designed never to arise to awareness, which means you could sit in meditation or practice mindfulness and stoicism for decades and never see it, right? It's designed to stay out of conscious awareness, right? Because its job is to keep us safe. Safety is synonymous with unconsciousness and suffering in the state of emotional repression. So in KI, we've developed some really powerful inquiry tools with which you can provoke up this unconsciousness, right? You can really skillfully and powerfully learn to make what's unconscious conscious. Because like I said, when it comes to repression, it's not going to do it on its own, right? This is a really active practice, not a passive one. If you'd like to learn it with me in mentorship, tap the link.